Grade A, that means you get offered the best workers, best product quality possible, and the best QC possible. Grade B is still pretty much standard quality product. It's sellable, but not very polished. Grade C, that is the they won't notice batch, usually for low trust clients or one-time buyers. Two buyers, same product, one factory. One gets top tier quality, one gets trash. I'll tell you why. Because in China, quality is not a standard. It's a sliding scale and you are being graded silently. Most people do think if you place an order from the same factory, you're getting the same quality. That's absolutely wrong. That's not always the case, and today I'm pulling back the curtain on one of the unspoken truths in the product sourcing business in China. Hi, I'm Donald. I run my sourcing agency in Shanghai, China. I've been doing this for over 7 years. I've been in China almost 20 years. So whatever I tell you, trust me, it comes out of experience. Today, I'm not going to be feeding you Alibaba fairy tales. I work directly with factories and I've seen firsthand how clients or buyers get sorted, filtered, and graded silently without them knowing it. In this video, I'm going to explain why your batch quality differs even from the same supplier. How factories decide which client gets grade A products and which get grade C version. And how to flip the game to get priority treatment without overpaying or begging. Factories in China often run multiple quality tiers simultaneously. Now, think of it this way. Grade A, that means you get offered the best workers, best product quality possible, and the best QC possible. Grade B is still pretty much standard quality product. It's sellable, but not very polished. Grade C, that is the they won't notice batch, usually for low trust clients or one-time buyers. And the truth is, believe it or not, all these three grades will be produced on the same factory line. Now, I quite remember watching an interview in late 2024, I think from a seller in Zhejiang province, and this is exactly what he said. It was quite striking to hear him say this, and I quote, "The customer does not pay for quality. They do pay for how we feel about giving them the product." Now, here is unknowingly how you signal what batch you will get. First things first. One, it's about how you inquire or craft your RFQs. Now, RFQs being request for quotation. Now, this is where you send detailed information about the product that you are requiring them to provide for you. Know that when you send a vague RFQs with no product specification, quality, and clarity, you will be tagged as a rookie. And that signals to the supplier that you are not very well versed in the product you're trying to buy. This will get you tested. Number two will be your negotiation tone. Now, this is how you communicate your intentions and mindset to the supplier. If your opening email is just something like, "What's your best price?" understand you are being tagged just as being transactional. Next will be the payment terms. Now, this is where you really do need to pay attention. Now, the factory's logic or standard payment terms will be something like 30% down payment and 70% after production is completed. Now, this is totally acceptable to usually both parties. But when your supplier requests for 100% upfront, you should understand that they know you're not coming back to buy more from them. So they have no incentive to impress. Buyers who delay their response time to suppliers' messages for about 3 to 4 days will be tagged as low engagement. Now, these are the type of clients that do get the low end batch from the supplier. Telling suppliers, "I'll do big volumes later" without real proof, that gets you flagged. Now, understand this. If you do not signal to the manufacturer that you will be buying more, you'll be staying with them long term, why should they waste A-grade materials on you? An example I can recall was a client that, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to mention the country, but came to me for a transaction because he was duped. Now, let me tell you why. They wanted 5,000 units of yoga mats. First batch was solid, as you can imagine. Next batch had edges curling up within 3 weeks. Now you may be wondering why. The buyer had promised the supplier to be buying every single month. But then he did that to get good or better prices. And then afterwards ghosted the supplier for 4 solid months. Now he showed up and wanted more product. Guess what happened? The supplier gave them the rush job batch. What does this mean? This is usually items that are produced from leftover raw materials. Now, you need to understand for suppliers, with This kind of attitude without loyalty, they have no incentive to care at all. Now, I do understand this client might have legit reasons for not coming back as promised, but you need to understand, do not make promises you cannot keep just to gain better prices. This does not build trust. Now, to the good stuff. I'm going to tell you how you will be able to get the factory's best top tier grade A products. Build relationship capital. That is the first thing on my list. Talk to your supplier like a long-term partner. Ask about their process, not only about their price. Try to send videos, company website or social media links, rough sketches of your products that you're inquiring about, because suppliers do really appreciate these little efforts. This shows your legitimacy and commitment. My next key points will be pay with smart payment terms. Negotiate milestones, not just discounts. Now, something like 30 to 40% deposit before production starts and 60 or 70% after production makes a lot of sense to the supplier. This shows you are in control, you know exactly what you want, and it builds trust. In your quality check process, always include this clause. Mention pre-shipment inspection before the final deposit. Now, this forces the supplier to do the right thing and also understand that you are a serious customer. Last but not the least, be predictably professional. Set call dates and times, send updates, do communicate as much as possible, keep your timelines. Now, factories do love low maintenance clients. Friendly reminder, in China, trust is not about what you say, it's about how you act over time. So the brutal truth is Chinese suppliers do rank their buyers. The thing is, you just don't see the scoreboard, but believe me, you are on it. And if you're not intentional, you will get the badge for the guy that they hope never comes back. If you've ever received a bad batch of products from Chinese suppliers, you need to understand it wasn't bad luck. It's how they judged you. You can fix it, but first you need to play the game, and you need to understand that this is how they play the game, and you need to have your eyes open as wide as possible. I've created a free download just for you, no strings attached. This is my gift to you. It shows how suppliers judge you and how to avoid being flagged. Download it, run through it, upgrade your sourcing game. And if this helped you, kindly subscribe and hit the like button, because believe me, real sourcing strategies do not come from gurus. They come from people who live it daily. See you on the next one. Peace.